Well, welcome in everybody, and thank you for clicking on this video. I am the Fuddy Duddy Gamer, and today is going to be a little bit different. A friend of mine has been playing Atlas for a long time and has invited me onto their server. So this is a pre-recorded, and I'm just doing a voiceover of that experience. So as you can see, I just created a character. I just randomized him, but my hair is gray in the picture. But as you can see here, for some reason, my hair is red. I don't quite get that, but so we just spawned in at the main base here, in the game, and my friend is at his main base, which is quite a ways away from here. And but he's going to be coming down to meet me, and then I'm going to join their company, and we're going to go out. He's going to take me out on his boat. Or ship, I should say, not boat. Boat is a submarine, if you're naval at all. And we're going to kind of take it from there. So there he is there. I can just see him off in the distance. So I decide to just run over to the dock and wait for him. We're just going to wait for him to get sorted out. So this is, I don't know many of you playing this game, Atlas. He said that I would probably like it because I do like Conan Exiles quite a bit, and he said there's a lot of similarities with the building and the resource gathering and everything in this game as well. You know, so we're trying to figure out the skills here, and it's a little different, you know, trying to figure everything out, how everything's all treed up, and you got to have this one before you can learn the next one. And so it's been a learning curve, and it's going to continue to be a learning curve all the way through, I'm sure. But so far it's been a lot of fun. What have I experienced so far of it? Now, I know when this game was first released, I wasn't gaming at the time, so I wasn't involved in it, but my understanding was that it didn't go very well. There were a lot of people that didn't like it, but it seems to have been making a bit of a rebound, and it seems to have elements in it of a game that I like, which is the building, the you know, resource gathering, and a little bit of adventure, but not overly dramatic. And this particular server that we're on, it is a server that's been cut in two. One half is PvP and the other half is PvE, which is kind of interesting. So there's my friend Vayan, and he's going to send me an invite to his company. And then after I accept that, as soon as I figure out how to do it, takes me a minute for him talking me through it. There we go. And I accept the invitation to the company. Now that we're in the company, we are actually going to jump in the water and kill ourselves. Yeah, we're going to drown so that we can respawn back at his main base. Well, you know, it's not his main, like the main base for the camp, which Vayan has built. And so it takes a minute here, you know, while we're in here trying to die, which I know is counterintuitive, but it's a quicker way because we don't have a boat or anything, or a ship. At this, oh, and there, of course, is the good sound effect telling me that I better get air. I'm going to die soon. But that's the point of us being down here, so that we can get transferred over to the other location quickly and get started. So we're just about done here. Almost. The red's creeping in on us. The darkness of the ocean. And there we go. Now we respawn inside this ship. I have no idea where I am. So I just kind of start running around a bit here, trying to get my bearings, see where I am. I don't know what ship this is or anything, but it turns out that this is Vayan's ship, and it is a, I think he called it a brigantine. And there's a nice big cat, all saddled up. And there's lots of NPC players that he has as crew members on his ship, which I'll learn more about as I go along, I'm sure. And of course he's outfitted with 6 cannon here on the back, and they're each manned by an NPC character. So just trying to, I don't know where everything is, but it's another ship beside us, the Blubberbutt. So that's one thing about this game. There's a lot of oh yeah, this is his. As I learned later, this is his diving deck, where he has a diving suit that he uses to go into the water and get sunken treasure and stuff, which is kind of neat. So we climb down the ladder here. And this is the name of the island, Tuvalagi, I guess, Alaji. And there's his ship, and look, there's a big complex here that he's built. You know, like it's quite the place. Like, he's been playing this game for a long time, and like I'm literally just starting out. So, because we're going to be going out on the high seas, and I want, you know, he's going to take me around on his boat, he donates to me a set of armor, which I know is way beyond the scope of what I should be getting at this stage of the game. I'm, you know, he's level 52. I'm barely started here. I think I might be level 5, if that. But he sends over a few things, which I think we're going to see here in a second, as soon as I figure out how to do this. And here we're discussing what we should use, you know, where we should be putting our points. I'm trying to learn the game, trying to learn what's the best. And so here he loads me up with the basic tools and a set of armor, which is, of course, way beyond what I should be getting, of course. I would never be able to do this on my own at this point in the game if I was to play it straight. But because it is a multiplayer server, and this company has been around for a bit, kind of getting a hand up here. Van is helping me out a lot, giving me, you know, advanced tools, which I'm not even ready to be able to make yet. So to kind of get a feel for the game, Van asks if I'd like to go for a ride on his ship, and he's going to take me around. So just to see if I like this game. So now we're having problems here, trying to get up the ladder to get to the ship. I told Van I was having this problem in single player, because I did go in single player, so I at least figure out what the controls are so I know how to move. And so he started experiencing the same problems as well. So it must have been with this latest update that they just did, that they did something that caused it to glitch out or something, because we're having a heck of a time trying to get up onto the ship. And we fight with this for a few minutes, as you'll see. He fights with it, and then I fight with it. Now eventually he does get it to work, and off he goes. So now I got to try and do the same thing. And for some reason, when you try to activate the climb sequence, it won't go. And you have to, as I figured out eventually, You have to, and you see there, I'm trying to spam the key, trying to spam the E key to see if that'll get it to hook on, is you have to actually dive down to the bottom of the ladder to try and get a hold of it, which is kind of weird. There, oh, we almost had it. And here we're going to try it again. Go down to the bottom, trying to spam the E key while we're doing that. I'm just about ready to give up, and Van's asking me if I need a hand. He's thinking about throwing me a grapple so that I can get up. And keep going. I know I do eventually get onto the ladder, but it is a pain. There we go. Because once we get into the climbing motion, and we are on. So now we're going to take this ship out, and he's teaching me a little bit about, the sails. We've got the steering sail. We have the weight sail in the center. Then we have the speed sail at the back. Or maybe those are reversed. I can't remember exactly. But, we're discussing the different NPCs that he has around and his animals and stuff. And we're going to go out looking for the undead ships, which in the PvE section are your enemies, of course. They're the enemies all over the map, but because we're in the PvE section and not PvP, so we don't have pirates over here, but we do have the undead that he goes after a lot. And he's going to show me what that's all about and some of the other mechanics of the game. And he unfurls all the sails, and she starts to pick up, and it actually looks pretty neat. Now I'm starting, this is when I start to say, okay, this might be a game I could get into. Because I think like sailing a big ship like this might be a lot of fun, So we're just basically out for a joyride right now at this point. I mean, the graphics are not bad in this game, with the rolling oceans. And I mean, in real life, I'd probably be puking all over the deck, if you know what I mean. I don't think I could actually take this kind of motion. But this isn't too bad right here. It doesn't seem to be anyways. And we're coming up onto a shipwreck here on the starboard side. And when I was in single player, I did come up against a shipwreck, but I had no idea what to do. So he's about to show me what he does, which entails that diving deck. So look at the rolling waters. Wow. Sunken treasure. Okay, so now he's rolled in all of the sails so that the ship will stop, and he is jumped in with a full diving suit, hooked up to a hose, which and he's got the little machine there. It's pumping air down to him, and he says that while he's in the suit, he doesn't get bothered by the sharks. He doesn't get attacked by the sharks, and he doesn't get attacked by the manta rays or whatever else may be down there. It allows him to go to the bottom and go and retrieve this sunken treasure. So that's going to be one of the things I'm certainly going to want to be doing to my ship, is get one of these diving decks. I mean, that's a handy dandy way of trying to retrieve your treasure. And as a PvE player, where you're resource gathering and everything, I imagine treasure hunting like this is probably a big part of the game for sure. Okay, so now that it's disappeared, I imagine he has gotten everything that he can from that treasure. Like I said, we're not too far off the land, but I mean the graphics are pretty nice. I do love the way these ships look. I mean, this is a brigantine, so it's a fairly large ship, and it holds up to 20. I think it said 20 non-player characters, and just amazing. All right, so there he is. He's back and takes the suit off. Okay, so he's got all of his treasure, which I guess he's going down to deposit it into his chest and stuff. And I just wanted to take a look to see, like, he's got quite the setup, like very nice, you know, like resource chests, cooking facilities, and there's lots of space. And there's an entire deck underneath this one, which we saw when we first came on, which is completely empty, basically. So you can put quite a bit on these ships, I guess. You know, I'm going to learn all this as we go through. And the thing about the resource chest is, I guess you put your stuff in there so you can go around and make repairs to the ship without having to actually carry the resources with you. As long as they're in the ship, in the ship resource box, you can access them while you're doing repairs. And it's also how the crew members get paid. As long as there's gold in there, the crew members will get paid. And if you don't pay the crew members, they're not going to stick around. So we just continue our little ride around here, and now we're looking for one of the undead NPC ships. So he wants to show me how that, how that works. So I think we're coming on to one here soon. But I can see this part of the game being kind of relaxing. And I can see how for RP this would be excellent. Like Conan is good for RP. This game is good for RP. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 would be an excellent game for RP. I've never done RP, but I really want to learn how to do it and how to get involved in that. So that's kind of why I'm kind of focusing on these three games. I know that Red Dead Redemption is not really set for RP yet, until they get those Red M servers up and running properly somehow, so that they're actually viable to do actual roleplay on them without being griefed by other people. Because I think, again, I love the environment. I think the environment would be fantastic for that. And this looks like another really great environment for being able to do that. Oh, there we go. There are the ships. Now there's quite a few of them here, and what he's going to try and do is get one to break off and come after us. Because if he can single out one, then he can take it on. And there is the lucky candidate right there. Now he has rear-mounted guns, or cannon. So he's going to get himself into position here out front, and I'm going to go up and check out the guns. Oh, and he's firing on us. Very cool. And when they get into position, oh, see how that shakes? That was pretty, first time that happened kind of scared me. I thought, what the heck is going on here? And look at that, 6 cannon. Boom. Oh, see, you got the health bar on there too, okay. So you can see what kind of damage you're doing. And that salvo didn't do too much. Full on battle, there we go. And she shakes pretty good. Boom, direct hit. That was nice. Oh, he fell short. This is a level 70 ship that we're going up against here. Oh, one more salvo should just about take him out, I think. That will do it. There it is. Sunk a brigantine of the dam. Level 75. Okay. So now that he's done that, he's going to swing around and pick up his treasure from sinking the ship. And he also told me that this is a way that you can pick up crew members for your ship. So we're going to pick up, he's going to do all this because I'm just an observer at this point. So he's going to go around, pick up his treasure, and he's also going to pick up the crew members so that when I build my ship, I can actually start with a few crew members because he doesn't really need them on his ship. He's pretty stocked right now as it is. So that would be another huge. There we go. Okay, so there's the treasure, and you can see there it looks like there are 3 crew members in the water. Oh, and he's already gone. I'm gonna turn my head for. Oh no, there he is. He jumps into his diving gear, and away he goes. That diving gear is a pretty neat setup. To be able to just jump in the water like that, gather your treasure. There he goes. And now he's got to, and I don't know how to do this, so that's something we're going to have to learn, is he somehow tries to rescue the 3 sailors, basically, you know, offering them their life, I guess, if they join his crew. And of course, you're out in the middle of the ocean. I mean, how many options do you got here, right? So I guess, I mean, it must be a process similar to taming of the wild animals, but probably a little less intense to get these guys to agree to come with you. So doing this video as a voiceover is kind of different as well, because, you know, I've already done all this. I played this game and played this section here, so and of course, with me being on the ship, when he blew that ship of the damned up, I received a whole bunch of XP, and it gave me like 2 or 3 levels, which I did not earn. I mean, I was just standing on the ship here. But being a multiplayer server, trying to get leveled up and trying to get myself into a position where I can't be targeted is kind of important too. So now he's trying to get these guys to follow him and to get up here. And he says that sometimes this is a little glitchy. Sometimes it doesn't work so well. I mean, it works, but, you know, as with all these games that are this massive, sometimes it takes a minute. All right, so there's 2 of the 3. And the 3rd one does come aboard. It just takes him an extra minute. And we find him actually, eventually, below the deck here, yeah, on the 2nd deck. And then from here, now we got everybody here. Look, we got Bearded Sue the Wanderer and Long Anne the Strong, which is the, I guess you'd call him the dwarf. right there. So 2 female NPCs. And now he's checking his map, and he's going to sail us back to port. And here we are back at the port. We just did a quick jump there back to the port. Just didn't want to bore you with all that. But this little trip here has kind of convinced me that I think I may want to give this game a real try. So you are going to be seeing in the future Conan the Exiles videos from me, and now also some Atlas videos. I don't know if you guys are playing this game, or if you have any comments about this game, let me know. And as a total newbie, of course, any hints or suggestions would be greatly appreciated. I think it's pretty neat that you're able to just back this ship up, even though it's under wind power. This wouldn't actually be this easy under any circumstance. But very successful little run, and learned a lot. And like I said, I think it kind of hooked me on the game a little bit here. So now he's going to take these extra NPCs off the ship with him. And of course, the next thing for me to do is I want to start preparing for building of a ship of my own. I'd love to get myself a brigantine like this. And of course, it costs lots and lots of resource. So that's what I did basically for the rest of the day. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I mean, just basically going around chopping down trees, chopping down stone, getting iron. And this is what happens when you get over encumbered. In Conan, it's kind of interesting because you're either over encumbered or you're not. And it's like when you pick up that last item, then you can't move. In Atlas, it appears that as you get closer to the max weight, you start to slow down until you get fully into the max weight, and then you would be totally immobile, I guess. So it's kind of it's a little bit different dynamic in that respect. And he's got his pet bear here with this utility wagon, which we can use to fill up with resources, which really helps, so you don't have to carry everything back. So I just load them up here with the wood and everything that I picked up, and the fiber, or thatch, I guess as it's called. And just go around and, like I said, we're cutting down trees and stuff right now. The whole point being that we're gathering up resources so that I can build a ship. Which is, and of course, leveling up as we go along as we do that. And this part of the game, although it's not really entertaining to see, it's actually something that I like to do, the resource gathering, especially knowing that I'm doing it for the purpose of building a ship. Like, that's my end goal. So it gives real reason, or real purpose to the gathering. So again, we're just going to dump everything in, and I can't carry very much, as you can see. But luckily, this cart and that bear can pull a lot of weight, which allows us to quickly add a lot of stuff and just do one trip back to the base to dump it off and get it processed, to get things going. Really kind of handy. So we're both working it. And this goes on for for quite a while. I did this for a couple hours to try and get all the resource. And it doesn't take much for me to get over encumbered. That's part of the game too, right? Is trying to figure out what the balance is here to get everything put in. There, like, he's got quite a bit in his inventory there. So in this one load, we're moving a lot of product, which is really nice, And I won't bore you. Like I said, we did that for quite a while. So that was basically my introduction to Atlas. If you are playing the game. If you have an opinion on it, just let me know. What do you think about this game? I had that ride on the ship, going out, finding the treasure, and that kind of hooked me on it, I think. So anyways, again, I am the Fuddy Duddy Gamer. If you like this, please drop a like, Facebook or YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, please hit the follow button for the Fuddy Duddy Gamer page. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Have a great day.